Ansell is an integrated innovator, manufacturer, and marketer of differentiated products.
Ansell's protection capability is only increasing. With brand new technologies,
We control our source of supply from materials to manufacturing, we manage imports and regulatory approvals, and we work directly with leading distributors and end users.
how critical Ansell's protection is to people doing some of the most important and demanding jobs. And we're achieving all of this while continuing to advance our efforts to protect the environment.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Ansell Clean Talk, the place where we explore the intricate topics from the world of life sciences, clean rooms, and discuss the latest trends, challenges, and solutions. I'm your host, Rakesh, and today we're going to dive deep into a topic that's absolutely vital in clean room environments, which is eye and face protection. With the EU GMP's Annex 1 guidelines laying heavy emphasis on this aspect, there are numerous questions that arise. What makes eye and face protection so critical in cleanroom environments? How do Ansell's product contribute to maintaining the necessary standards? We'll be clarifying these aspects and more, helping you understand the importance of these protective measures. To answer these questions, we have a special guest joining us today. Please join me in welcoming Kim, who brings in a wealth of knowledge and experience in this field. Kim is based in Denmark and has over 20 years of experience in the pharma industry and 10 plus years working primarily within the cleanroom industry. He's currently part of Ansell's life sciences sales team as a vertical specialist. Welcome, Kim.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for joining us on Ansell Clean Talk. It's great to have you.
Sure, no problem.
Okay, Kim, to get things started, could you shed some light on why there's such a strong emphasis on eye and face protection in cleanroom environments, especially given the EU GMP's Annex 1 guidelines?
Yeah, the new guidelines from the Annex 1, especially within the section 7.13 part 1, now states that grade B clothing are to provide protection to the product from contamination and to the personnel from the product. And that clearly underlines the importance of appropriate gowning, including eye and face protection in a grade B clean room. In the environment, which is the background environment for aseptic preparation and filling, the risk of contamination is quite high, and therefore the guideline explicitly requires the user to have protective clothing, including eye and face protection, to ensure that both the product and the persons are safe. The emphasis on eye and face protection in cleanroom environments, that's not just about maintaining the integrity of the product being manufactured, but also about ensuring the safety of the personnel. So you see this as a dual-purpose strategy that aligns with both regulatory requirements and best practice for clean operations.
Okay, you mentioned about aseptic manufacturing and preparation. Can you talk us about some of the specific hazards that make eye and face protection so essential?
Contamination is a significant concern in an aseptic manufacturing. So in general, the human face in particular is a major source of microbial and particulate contamination. So just consider the numbers of microorganisms that you naturally have present on your skin or expel when we talk or cough or sneeze. These contaminants, if not properly managed, they can compromise the sterility of the cleanroom environment and the integrity of the product that you are manufacturing. If we mention our mask, both our standard face mask and pouch style face mask, they offer a high bacterial and particle and viral filtration efficiency. They significantly reduce the risk on contaminations being expelled into the cleanroom environment. And if you look at our goggles, our Clearview goggles are manufactured from a lightweight, ultra-soft PVC from a non-glinting and latex-free headband. the indirect ventilation lower the risk on contamination when entering controlled environments. So BioClean's Clearview models can be sterilized by autoclaving to ensure that they do not introduce any microbial contaminant into the cleanroom environment. And that's particularly important in grade AB areas, so where the presence of microorganisms must be avoided to maintain the sterility of the products being manufactured. In essence, our BioClean range for face and eye protections are designed with a focus on minimizing the risk on contamination. They provide a physical barrier that helps to maintain the cleanliness and sterility of the cleanroom environment, and thereby ensuring the protection and integrity of the products being manufactured. This focus on contamination control is crucial in maintaining the highest standard in a controlled environment.
The indirect ventilation system you mentioned in the BioClean Goggles, can you explain how it works and why is it so effective?
Yeah, the indirect ventilation in our BioClean Goggles is a design feature that helps us lower the risk of contamination when you're entering a controlled environment and you're still maintaining clear visibility. The system works throughout a set of ventilation vents that are strategically placed. These vents are designed to allow the air to circulate within the goggle, which helps us to prevent the buildup of moisture that can cause the fogging on the inside of the lens. However, the vents are not direct openings. Instead, they are designed in such a way that they do not allow straight line patches from the interior to the exterior of the goggles or vice versa. Importantly to this is that it means that even though air can circulate, the indirect ventilation minimizes splashes and particulates from falling out of the goggle throughout the vents into the cleanroom environment. This is why it's referred to as indirect ventilation. This design provides a balance between maintaining clear visibility by reducing the fogging, as mentioned before, and ensuring protection against potential contaminants in the environment and preventing the release of particulates from the goggles. It is a feature that makes the BioClean goggle particularly suitable for use in cleanroom environments where both visibility and protection are critical.
There seems to be a few misconceptions out there about indirect ventilation system. What are some misunderstandings you've come across and how can we clear them up?
Yeah, some customers have taken the statement from 7.13 where it says a sterile face mask and a sterile eye covering, e.g. goggles, should be worn to cover and enclose all facial skin and prevent the shredding of droplets and particles. They have taken that to conclude that no ventilation holes must be present. The indirect ventilation from our portfolio of goggles should be sufficient to ensure a proper product protection. By closing the lower vents, you risk instead of having a high level of moisture in the goggle and thereby having the goggle to suffer from fogging. So it is an area where you should be very focused on your very low temperature if you have the focus on closing the vents in the bottom, but the indirect ventilation should be enough.
Okay. In terms of sterilization, can you tell us how a user can confirm that the BioClean single-use goggles have been appropriately sterilized?
Yeah, the BioClean disposable goggles comes with an integrated sterilization indicator, which is sensitive to ethylene oxide, ETO. ETO renders the dots from black to green after the sterilization process. And therefore, by checking the dots, the color of the dots, a user can easily confirm that goggles have undergone the ETO sterilization. If the dots have turned green, it indicates that the goggle has been appropriately sterilized. In addition to the visual indicator, we also provide a certificate of processing, COP, on our website. These certificates serve as a guarantee that the batch of goggles has been sterilized. So users can cross-reference these batch numbers on their packaging with the corresponding COP to confirm the sterilization status. So all in all, the summary, the color changing sterilization indicators, and the availability of COP provide users with two reliable methods to confirm that their BioClean goggles have been appropriately sterilized using ETO.
Okay, let's talk about the BioClean's reusable range of goggles. Do they provide the same high standards of safety and cleanliness as single-use goggles?
The reusable eye protection, like our BioClean Clearview autoclavable goggles, BCAP, the BCAG, and BCAH, they can be washed and sterilized for reuse. This also aligns with the growing emphasis on environmentally friendly practice within the industry. In terms of protection, BioClean autoclavable goggles also feature the indirect ventilation system to minimize the risk of contamination, as mentioned before. They are made from a non-linding, latex-free, durable, and lightweight materials that are resistant to a wide range of chemicals, ensuring that they do not contribute to particulate contamination inside the clean room. For comfort, our BioClean autoclavable goggles, they are designed with adjustable headbands to ensure a secure and comfortable fit. The material used are lightweight, and they are ensuring that they can be worn comfortably over extended periods. So all in summary, the BioClean autoclavable goggles, they provide a technical solution that meets the requirements for reusable eye protection in the life science and clean room industry, balancing durability, protection, comfort, and cost effectiveness.
Okay, you mentioned washing the goggles for reuse. Could you share some of the best practices for washing BioClean autoclavable goggles before autoclaving?
Yeah, the BioClean range of autoclavable clean room goggles are designed to be autoclaved by hot steam at 121 degrees Celsius for 30-minute cycles. So the goggles itself, they are very robust and can be washed prior to autoclave in water at a temperature range between 60 to 121 degrees Celsius. To wash it, you can use a mild detergent as long as it's diluted into water first. We do suggest 100 millimeter of a household dishwashing detergent for every 5 liters of DI water. A detailed instruction for this can be found on our homepage that we will add into this link to that in this cast.
Yeah, sure. I will make sure I include the link in the description.
Thank you.
When it comes to face masks, what key factors should we consider when selecting one for clean room use?
The choice of a face mask for a clean room is a crucial decision that can impact both the sterility of the environment and the comfort of the user. I would say the key factors we consider when selecting a face mask include the filtration efficiency, the breathability, and the comfort on the mask. We look at the mask's ability to filter our bacteria and particles, which is vital for maintaining a sterile environment. And at the same time, we consider the breathability of the mask as it is directly impacted on the user comfort. It is about finding the right balance between these factors to select a mask that is both effective and comfortable for the end user. And to do that, we have to include both BFE, PFE, and Delta P. All our masks are at least 210 millimeter wide for a wider fit coverage to greater protect the clean room from particles emitted by customer. You can tie that in with Annex 1 changes. The BFE, the PFE, and the VFE helps to protect the clean room and contents from anything emitted by the operators. They are low particle shelly, which is different to PFE and processed in an ISO 4 environment. They are sterilized to a SAL 6, basically features and benefit on the datasheet. Our pouch-style face mask with or without the neck guard offers a high bacterial, particle and viral filtration efficiency, and they significantly reduce the risk of contamination being expelled into the cleanroom environment. On top of that, it also gives a higher user comfort due to the larger breathing chamber. So it feels like you have a lower breathing temperature due to the pouch.
You mentioned terms like BFE, PFE, and Delta P. When talking about mask performance, could you help decode these terms for us?
Yeah, these are important terms when discussing the performance of the face mask. The BFE, or the bacterial filtration efficiency, measures that the mask's ability to filter out bacteria. PFE, or particle filtration efficiency, measures the mask's ability to filter out particles, and both are represented as a percentage, with higher percentages indicating the better filtration. Delta P standing for differential pressure, measuring the pressure drop across the mask on the resistance to airflow. So the lower the delta P, the easier it is to breathe through the mask. However, a mask with a higher filtration efficiency typically has a higher delta P. But you have to find a way in between, because the highest delta P, you are not able to breathe. These measurements, they help ensure us that our face mask provides the right level of protection while still being comfortable to wear.
Could you clarify why BioClean face masks, which are designed to protect the environment rather than the wearer, do not fall under the PPE legislative umbrella and therefore are not CE certified?
The BioClean face masks, they are designed primarily to protect the environment, including products and processes, rather than the wearer. They're used in cleanrooms and other controlled environments to reduce the risk on contamination from the wearer, the particles and the bacteria we talked of before. While they do provide a certain level of protection to the wearer, their primarily function is to protect the environment. Because of this, BioClean face masks fall under a different legislative framework and are not classified as a PPE. It is important, though, to note that while they're not CE certified as PPE, BioClean's face masks still meet strict standards to ensure that they are safe and effective for their intended use.
And lastly, could you share some of the best practices for wearing eye and face protection?
The most common ways we see people tend to wear the face mask and the goggles over their hood, so they don the garment first. But there's no right and there's no wrong. It's all up to a risk evaluation from customer itself, and we have seen also instances where people don the face mask before the hood. So yeah, both things work.
That's all the questions I have for you, Kim. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and insights with us today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And thank you to all the listeners for joining us on our deep dive into the world of eye and face protection. We hope that this episode has provided you with valuable insights and understanding about the critical role that these protective measures play in maintaining safety and sterility in cleanroom environments. As we close today's episode, we are excited to give you a sneak peek into our next topic, aseptic processing. We'll be taking an in-depth look at this topic, highlighting the best practices involved and so much more. So please stay tuned for our next episode. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about the topics or the products discussed today, please don't hesitate to reach out. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, stay safe, stay protected, and keep on learning with Ansell Clean Talk.